we're all here. It's a retail design collective. I thought it would be great also for everyone to share some insights on some micro trends, like what's happening in retail, since our professional and personal lives are always, symbiotic.
One of the things that we've been focusing on in the last year, kind of opportunistically, and it's turned out to be a really important market for us, is food and beverage. I don't know if you guys have come to Seattle, but we have like a whole new city that's built around Amazon, and there are no stores there. There's lots of restaurants, lots of bars, absolutely no stores. And I think that's typical. We know we're in a declining industry, and so food is something that we've developed as an expertise. We see it, we've seen lots of examples here in New York as we've been touring around, and some of our clients are experimenting with how to enliven the experience with the addition of some sort of experience. Just hate to use the word experience.
Can't go a day without saying the word experience.
Yeah. It's a dirty word.
Yeah, so food and beverage we see as a strong category, although that will be impacted probably with the next recession as well. But we're doing a lot of work in fast casual and, kind of that sector, as well as more fine dining. So it's been fun.
I think fast food is the new retail.
Yeah.
That is the place where people are going to meet and have that experience.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting what we've done with Godiva in bringing this cafe experience to a retail environment is very successful, and lifestyle malls have become very successful. We're talking with a lot of these regional malls that, as they reinvent themselves, about taking Godiva out of the inline space and giving us a common area within the mall to create an open-air cafe / retail experience. Because, shopping, you get exhausted, you really get tired. You've got kids with you, sit down, have a drink, have a chocolate dipped strawberry, enjoy a moment and be in that moment. And we really see that just some of the reactions from some of the big real estate developers that were in town earlier this week, like totally on board. Beverly Center, big mall out in California, undergoing a complete and total renovation. What they're doing with food and beverage and wellness, yoga schmoga, and they've got all these Soul Cycle, but it's becoming a more of a destination place to go, not just, the retail stores. It's more, what more can we offer you? Especially in food and beverage, what's the reason to go? What's the reason to stay? What's the reason to come back? So we definitely at Godiva have been looking at our portfolio, especially in North America, and creating a diversified portfolio in our offering, not just a box of gold chocolate,
I think that, as we were talking about, I think retail is going back to what retail should have always been.
Yeah.
I was fortunate enough to work with Les Wexner when the Victoria's Secret was just purchased, and developed the first few generations of stores, and learned that retail is about great customer service, beautifully built stores, amazing visual presentation, and great product. And I think, in the 80s and 90s, that kind of, you could put anything into a store and it would sell. And I think, fortunately, we're back to creating that full-fledged retail, honest experience, which it always should have been. So it's exciting to see it come back.
And to that point, I shared with Megan, I was reading a recap from the WWD Summit that I didn't get to attend this year, and Richard Baker, the CEO of Hudson Bay Company, spoke all about, the elevating, experience in his stores by, really investing in store design. And Megan concurred, right?
Yeah.
There's tremendous growth. And
There really is, yeah. Especially, like I was saying, it's a kind of a new company, and that trying to pioneer the culmination of the three of those. And so, well, actually more, I'm just thinking bricks and mortar, but we're trying to reinvent ourselves, and you can't do that without touching the inside of the store and giving the customer the experience you want them to understand what your brand is and what you stand for, and you have to invest dollars in the
materials.
yeah, absolutely. and in your materials.
Well played.
Perfect.
You know, I would like to build on something Linda was saying, though, about the health and wellness. I mean, that's certainly something that we're seeing a big focus on and a big push on. And working with retailers, most recently, we were working on the Adidas flagship on Fifth Avenue, or Adidas, as I've been trained to say by my client. You know, this empowered lifestyle. So I think there's a big trend with retailers right now on how to integrate a lifestyle aspect to their offering, to interweave within customers' whole life. So how can they, from a 360 standpoint, be the go-to brand for the consumer, and working with them through research and understanding demographics, both of current market and target market, on how to reach into people's lives and appeal to them and create an environment where they can come and find added value. So it's not about just purchasing a product, but it's also how is their life being enhanced by the experience? What does the retailer have to offer from authenticity or expertise to be the one who brings to the consumer this knowledge that will make their lives easier or make them feel better?
I think actually, I'm going to pull it back in from a retail design firm perspective is, you know, having a plethora of services, like including the customer experience, visual merchandising, you know, having all of those to offer to the clients and the retailers, so that, you know, it's kind of like a one-stop shopping thing, but then holistically you're able to build and design a successful retail experience. But we were also talking the other day about how the mall situation, you know, how malls and mall design, or the commercial aspect usually of a lot of businesses, with the retail aspect of the businesses, I think it's coming together a lot more.
Yeah.
You know, with all the, you know, big developers like Westfield and, you know, Simon or General Growth, because they're realizing that they need to have this holistic experience, like you're saying, and it is a destination place where people can actually kind of, in some ways, find a respite and, you know, away from their wildlife outside of the mall.
And we talked a little, just to build on that, the connection to the community, how important that seems to be for retailers now. I mean, Patagonia, they closed for election day so everyone could vote.
Yeah.
And that was really a statement.
Yeah.
Connection to the community.
Yeah.